Good afternoon, dear students. Today we are going to discuss the rise of the Filipino theater and drama at the turn of the century. The objectives are as follows. At the end of this unit, you will be able to describe theater and drama practices in the Philippines during the beginning of the century, create a short monologue of one seditious play, and show appreciation of the rich theatrical traditions of the Philippines during the turn of the century. Drama during the American regime. This is a one-act play written in poetry and/or prose. It is written by Filipinos around the beginning of the 20th century. It often centers on a facet of current Filipino society, such as divorce, gambling, or other social vices, typically within the context of a love tale. So let's go back to the previous dramas during the two other times. So the first is drama during the indigenous time or indigenous drama, right? So mostly ito yung mga padasal, ito yung mga nakikita natin until now. Ito yung mga dasal kung saan merong babaylan, meron yung parang priestess or priest na naglilid ng prayer. So meron din itong mga kasamang mga dances, and of course, mga chants and songs. Ganon din naman sa Spanish period, right? Kung saan more on Catholicism, ang mga drama noon ay tungkol sa mga priests, tungkol sa mga saints, tungkol sa mga life and death of Jesus Christ. This time naman, during the American regime, more on the things that are happening in society. Okay, so during that time, meron ng divorce, naghihiwalay na mag-asawa. Meron ng mga sugal na nanggaganap, okay? And then mga social vices such as yung pagkakaroon ng ibang babae o di kaya ibang lalaki. Meron din yung mga times kung saan tinatakil din ang pagiging LGBT ng isang tao or di kaya mga forbidden love. Okay? So, ito yung mga drama na naglipana during the time of the American regime. Now, what about the Zarzuela? So between 1900s and 1940, the play was presented in a sequence of 3-in-1 performances or stand-alone prior to a Zarzuela. As with the Zarzuela, it was presented commercially or as a communal activity on a proscenium stage in a theater or in an open-air rural entablado with the use of telon and suitable props to indicate location. Okay, so the Zarzuela, ito yung pinakasikat na type of drama during the American regime. Right? So usually, dito nagaganap yung mga 3-in-1 performances or yung tinatawag na 3-act plays. Okay? So ito yung mga the 3-act plays are usually the plays that happen before the stand-alone Zarzuela. Or di kaya the Zarzuela itself is stand-alone. Okay? So usually ginaganap ito in a communal in the stage, okay? And then meron lang curtains na nagsisilbing parang backdrop, okay? And then of course mga props. So usually ginaganap ito tuwing fiesta, no? So dinadayo ito ng mga tao and then pinapanood ito ng mga tao. So ayan po, the Zarzuela. Drama as a Philippine art form may be classified into 3 categories based on its emphasis. So, the first is drama romantico or social. Ito yung mga melodrama. Then we also have the drama comico or the comedy. And then the drama simbolico or the allegorical drama. Here are some examples. So, we have Veronija in 1919 by Cirio H. Panganiban. So it is a pre-World War II melodrama that tries to make people weep. It portrays the sad end of a divorce who simply want to visit her first husband who is now on his deathbed. Okay, so isang divorcee, gusto niyang makita yung kanyang husband, pero pinipigilan siya nung current wife. Okay, kasi gusto lang naman makita nung divorcee, gusto lang naman makita nung former wife or yung ex-wife yung kanyang husband. Pero ayaw ng ayaw ng current wife. Okay, kahit na namamatay na yung husband, hindi pa rin pwede. So that is Veronija by Sirio H. Panganiban. Another example is Sino Ba Kayo in 1943 by Julian Cruz Balmaceda. So this revolves around the main character's mistaken identities. So a widower and his lovely daughter, a widow, okay, the widower's new wife, and her handsome son, who turns out to be the boyfriend of the widower's daughter and the male and female servant. So usually nakikita na natin ito kung saan parang merong mga tawag doon, may mga connection ang mga characters. And then nagugulat ka na lang, there is a plot twist kung saan pala itong character na to ay related pala dun sa isang character. But usually, hindi ito alam ng mga characters. Nalalaman lang nila sa bandang huli. So that is Sino Ba Kayo by Julian Cruz Balmaceda. Examples of symbolico drama are Juan Abad's Tanika Lang Ginto. So this is, in English, this is Golden Chain in 1902. And Aurelio V. Tolentino's Kahapon, Ngayon at Bukas. So in 1903. Ito mga naging films na ito. So maybe you can research more about this para mas maintindihan nyo siya. At baka later on is mapanood nyo siya. Okay, although i-explain natin kung ano ba yung laman ng Kahapon, Ngayon at Bukas. So let us talk about Kahapon, Ngayon at Bukas. Kahapon, Ngayon at Bukas is an allegory that chronicles the struggle of the Filipinos. Inang Bayan, representing the motherland, under the leadership of Taga-Ilog, the patriotic Filipino, attempts to overcome the oppressors in the country's history, the Chinese, the Spanish, and the Americans. Act 1 opens with Inang Bayan reprimanding Asal Hayop, or Filipino collaborators, and his friends for feasting on the tombs of those who perished when Balintawak fell to the Chinese. Taga-Ilog exhorts everyone to rise against Haring Bata, the Chinese king. For a fee, Asal Hayop informs Haring Bata of the planned revolt but is exposed by Inang Bayan and burned alive by Taga-Ilog for his treachery. The Filipinos launch the revolt against the Chinese and win a signal victory. But another power comes to the islands. Dilat Nabulag, Spain, and Matanglawin, the Spanish colonial government, who have a blood compact with Taga-Ilog. In Act 2, the Halimaw, or the Spanish friar, strips the natives of their little wealth. Taga-Ilog defies him and is imprisoned. Ignoring Matanglawin's order to release Taga-Ilog, Halimaw forces Inang Bayan to surrender all her riches in exchange for Taga-Ilog's freedom. Dahumpalay, or the Filipino collaborator, wants Taga-Ilog shot, but instead is killed by Taga-Ilog, who burns the traitor's face and uses his clothes to escape from prison. Halimaw orders Inang Bayan buried alive, but the latter is liberated by the forces of Taga-Ilog, who finally overthrow the Spanish colonizers. Even as a third colonial power represented by Bagonsilog, or America, and malay natin, the American insular government arrived to pledge friendship with the Filipinos. Act 3 opens with women sewing the Philippine flag, which will be raised when the new moon rises. Taga-Ilog persuades malay natin to give the Filipinos their independence, but the latter is reluctant to do so. Malay natin then falls asleep and in a dream sees Taga-Ilog and his army preparing to fight America with cannons, airships, and tank-like vehicles. In the end, Inang Bayan begs for the country's independence but is refused. But when young children kneel before Bagonsilog in support of Inang Bayan, Bagonsilog's heart softens and he grants the people freedom. So what does this remind you of? Okay, so Kahapon, Ngayon, and Bukas is actually the story of Emilio Aguinaldo. Okay? So, titingnan natin it ends with the 3 women sewing the Philippine flag. Yun actually yung start ng ating freedom, okay? Kung saan iwinagayway pa ni Emilio Aguinaldo yung ating flag dun sa Kawit, Cavite, alright? So you see, lahat ng mga drama during the time of the Americans ay very symbolic. Kaya nga 'di ba, simboliko drama or drama simboliko kung saan lahat ng mga characters may nire-represent na mga totoong tao. Now, the drama and zarzuela. Generally, the drama and zarzuela constitute a significant milestone in Philippine theatrical history, if only because they pioneered a more realistic depiction of Filipino life and culture, including not just local costumes and sets, but also indigenous people, language, and circumstances. Furthermore, unlike colonial plays, these forms focus on contemporary Philippine problems, launching diatribes against individuals they consider to be social offenders. If these plays have a flaw, it is in the simple manner in which they resolve the very genuine issues they address. Coincidences, accidents, and other instances of Dux ex machina are utilized to overcome all barriers and bring about a satisfactory, but not necessarily happy, resolution for all parties involved. The criminals all repent and become model members of the established church and society at the stroke of a pen. So that is drama and zarzuela, okay? They are very important in theatrical history kasi dito nagsimula yung time kung saan ang mga drama and zarzuela are actually materials used to bring about social change. Okay, if you remember, parang ang drama before the time of the Americans were just about the lives of the saints, ito yung mga gagayahin ninyo, etc. Drama and zarzuela during the time of the Americans naman were used to bring about social change. Kung saan nilalabas dito yung mga problema, kung ano yung mga flaws ng mga tao. Para sa ganun is ma-addressan yung mga issues. Okay, so hanggang ngayon meron pa rin itong mga ito. So remember that the drama and zarzuela really started during the time of the American regime. The seditious dramas, on the other hand, dare to depict the bloody struggle of Filipinos against their American colonizers in the hope of enlightening and swording the Filipino masses to support the revolutionary movement based in the mountains and thus avert another Western power's colonization. By doing so, the drama simbolico has come to symbolize a peak of Philippine theater growth, expressing the urgent issues of the period and urging the Filipino people to assist the rural revolutionary movement and prevent a second colonization of the islands. Seditious drama is, this is actually what happens when you call people to action. Yung tipong, tara, labas tayo, tayo ay magrevolusyon, labanan natin ang mga Amerikano. Ganon yung nangyari during that time. And seditious drama is still happening until now, di ba? Ito rin yung nangyari sa EDSA 2. Okay, EDSA 1 pala, sorry. Kung saan tinawag ni Cardinal Sin yung mga tao na pumunta sa EDSA para mag-rally. That is sedition, okay? So, ganun ang seditious drama kung saan isang drama ito na nagtatawag sa mga tao na mag-act, alright? Para i-overthrow ang isang government. Kaya siya sedition kasi gusto ng government, gusto ng drama na ito na may matanggal sa pwesto. Alright? So that ends our lesson, our short lesson on drama during the American regime. So for your assignment, search for a seditious play and then perform a monologue. So, i-record nyo siya on video and then isa-send nyo siya sa akin. So, that ends our lesson for today. So, see you next week and I hope you will be able to do your assignment. Take care. Ingat kayo.